Hello, hello. Long time no see. Have not done a live stream in a hot minute. All right. Just gonna get things up and running, wait for people showing up. My festive decor. We are now in the month of December. It's getting colder. I don't know about you guys, boys, but we snow over here in Ohio, and that was unexpected, but also kind of nice. I snow. I don't know how many of you guys do, but it's fun to see fall every once in a while. It's not fun to shovel it. Alrighty. Hey there, guys. Welcome to the stream. All right. Looks like everything's up and running. Yeah. I've got my coffee. Got my jacket. Thanks. My haircut. Gosh, don't even give me on that. I like to, so I'm glad that you do cactus, but it was not supposed to be nearly this short on the sides and the back. I cut my own hair, and I'm glitching a little. Okay. Good no. Let me check this real quick. Run into this problem once in a while with StreamYard specifically. All right, let me try something here. Bear with me. This always happens. Every time I take a break from streaming and come to it, there's always a little bump in the road getting it back up. But we figure it out. Hopefully, hopefully it resolves that too much issue. All right. There's two of me now. There you go. All right. You know if that's any better. Running into technical difficulties. Yeah. Still glitching. Okay. Okay. Is that any better or not really? This is an adventure. Right. Well, that was an accident. I'm still here. All right. I'm gonna try to just switch, as I hate to, my internal mic to see if that's any better. Is it still echoing for you guys? Cool. Well, we'll just stick with this then. It's not as good a quality as my microphone usually is, but you know, StreamYard, the service I'm using this time through, it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's kind of iffy. So we'll just stick with the internal mic, see if that does a little better than whatever the heck was going on with my audio interface there. Thank you for bearing with me. Welcome to the first live stream that I've done in probably 2 or 3 months. Um, that felt like a lot longer than 6 minutes, but that's pretty much how long that took. Yeah, you guys are talking about you like my haircut. So I cut my own hair, and I was just going about it routinely. I did like a light trim using clippers, and I usually don't go all that short with the clippers, right? Um, so yeah, I just went ahead and did what I normally do, and I was clearing some of the hair out of the clipper attachment, and I forgot to put it back on. So I'm just like holding the clippers up to my head very confidently, and I'm just like, "Zzz," and I hear that exact sound, and I was like, holy shit. There's just this long patch, basically almost down to the skin on the back of my head. So I had to I had to cut the rest of it to match that. So that's basically what happened here. But I'm glad you guys like it. It's growing on me, literally. Um, yeah. Welcome to the live stream, everyone joining. Okay, so I just want to give you guys some. Oh, ow, that was my foot. I want to give you guys some channel updates on things that have been going on with me. We we we're going to release a Gotham 1889 episode this week, but it ended up falling through. As I mentioned before, I had a family emergency pop up. Really grateful to you guys for all the support and all of the really kind things you guys said. I really appreciate it. Everything's good to go now. It was just more that it was unexpected, but everything's normalizing, so that's a good thing. That Gotham 1889 episode will just come out not next week, but the week after that. So we're going back to the every other now that Gotham 1919 season 2 has started up. Yeah. So that's pretty much what's been going on with the channel itself and with me. Just gearing up for the holiday season. Really excited. I'm a big shopper. I don't know about any of you guys, but my mom used to take me and my siblings all the time with her to the mall, and I just absolutely hated it in the moment then. But now that I'm out on my own and shopping on my own, um, shout out to I found the Batfeed. It's my brother-in-law. Everybody, um, go follow him on Instagram if you haven't already. It's at I am the Batfeed. Um, Yeah, so I've been like living for the shopping. The reason I had to push the stream a little later today is because my wife and I were picking up a Christmas tree. That's really fun. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the channel. Things are going well. We just hit 30,000 subscribers. That's awesome. Again, had no idea that it would blow up as much as it has, and that's all thanks to you guys and the support that you've given the channel. And I'm really excited to continue to grow. We've got 70K more until we get the silver play button. 100K, here we come. Next order of business. All right, Gotham 1919 to 1939. Um, yeah, so we just kicked off. Hey, hi Velocity. Thanks for the super chat. Where are they? Where are what? I feel like I missed your question earlier on. Um, so thanks for that, bro. Where are they? I'll leave that up for now. Um, oh, the videos. They're coming. They're coming. Don't worry about it. We'll be cranking them out every Thursday from here on out, hopefully. Yeah. The Gotham 1919 to 1930, that's very continuously going to come out on Thursdays. Gotham 1889, I haven't written all of season one for that yet, kind of taking it as it comes. But once season one of that ends, be a lot more prepared, be a lot more schedule oriented on Thursdays. So, yeah. And thanks again for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, so Gotham 1919 just kicked off with the Killer Croc episode, and we're gonna continue doing those. As you guys have probably guessed, it's a very League of Shadows oriented season. So we're gonna, we're gonna be releasing a lot of episodes for the guys you guys have been asking for, like Croc, like Joker, a whole bunch of people. But we're also going to be sprinkling in some cool little Easter eggs and character episodes for people in the League of Assassins. So keep an eye out for those. And also, too, for anyone who has questions or anyone who wants to have more of a dialogue, we'll be doing a Q&A/discussion section after I get through all of these points. So stick around for that, and hold any questions you have until then, and I'll actually get a chance to answer them. Gotham 1889. So what we're kind of towards with Gotham 1889, and a lot of people who have been with us for a while kind of know this already, is it's very much based off of Gotham by Gaslight. So we're kind of gearing up for the Jack the Ripper storyline. However, after that, there's going to be a ton of original stuff, kind of like you've been seeing with Gotham 1919. Gotham 1919, that's coming from Giant Panda King's book. Gotham 1889 is very much a combination of Gotham by Gaslight and our own writers coming up with stories for the characters. So it's a little more, our own, because Batman is a trademark of DC, but that's kind of the whole point of these is to put a spin on it in a way that you haven't really seen before. So plenty more of those coming out, gearing up for Jack the Ripper, and then we'll get into other really cool stuff like Gotham World Fair, other villains that you don't typically see in the comics with Gotham by Gaslight. All right, we've got our What If series. I was laughing because the Marvel What If came out not that long ago, and for those of you who saw it, it was pretty good. I enjoyed that a lot. And this What If series is, something that falls under that umbrella is the What If Batman Existed in Star Wars series that we're doing. I'm going to be doing a third part for that too. But I also have a What If He Existed in Harry Potter project. I have a What If this, What If that. I've got a few different ones in the works. But we're going to be continuing that for sure because you guys have responded very, very much positively to that. I'm excited to do that. I want to do some sketches. I've got some of those in the works. Those are kind of, where I have time. The Funko Pop one a while back, got a couple more in the works. So keep an eye out for those. And that's pretty much all I got. The stop motion project, that is something somebody I know mentioned earlier. That's still a thing. It's a slow crawl, but that's something we're working on. And I've been in touch with all the voice actors that we have. We still need voice actors for Deathstroke, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, a few other people. I keep saying I'll make a list. I will actually get around to it at some point and make a video showing you guys all the characters that we need and all the voices that we need. We almost have enough to completely record all the voice lines for episode one, so that's really cool. Um, where we're at on our end, because the voice actors have been putting a lot of work, got a lot of that figured out already. Just doing like second takes for a few of them. On our end, we've got a lot of the storyboards finished. We need to figure out set design. Probably going to 3D print some. Probably going to have to hand build some of it, kind of like model building. Um, yeah, so that is in the works, very much so. And hopefully, I'll be able to release more sneak peeks and maybe even a trailer as we get closer to releasing that. The timetable on that's kind of loose. Like with the documentary series, you guys know those are coming out every Thursday. But with this one, it's kind of like, Noah and I are working on it, but he's in Chicago, I'm in Ohio, trying to figure out time to get together, trying to figure out time to do video chats. It's a lot of juggling, but it will get done, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys because I think you'll enjoy it a lot. So yeah, and that's just pretty much all I got. So we'll go into like the Q&A discussion part, and I'll actually be able to start looking at your chats more in depth. So if you guys got any questions, any uh, any ideas, drop them in the chat. Happy to take a look. We've got, let's see, Gotham, the dinosaur era, Dolph Quick. That would be that'd be interesting to see. There's a comic out there. It's the return of Bruce Wayne right after the final crisis, I think it was, where he allegedly gets killed by Darkseid, but he actually gets sent back in time. And in that, he starts off as like a caveman, and he's the man of bats, and he's wearing like a bat skin and all that stuff. It'd be kind of cool to see that. We don't really know all that much about that time other than what archaeology and science has to tell us, but it might be fun to flesh that out, from a almost like sci-fi standpoint. Batman running around with dinosaurs. Um, all right. Mason does stuff asks, "Hey Batfeed, I have a question. What if there's a Batman Beyond version of 1919 and 1939?" So Giant Panda King and I have addressed this a couple times in dreams. Um, there is a Batman Beyond in some way, shape, or form in the second edition of the book. Uh, those of us in the U.S. who still haven't heard, sounds like we're going to get an update very soon. I know they keep saying that, and I know we're all a little frustrated it's not here yet. They are too, but it's more on the shipping company at this point than it is on Giant Panda King. So, um, yeah, just bear with them, and I'm guaranteeing you guys it's worth it. Uh, if you want proof, just watch the documentaries I've been making. They've got some really stuff. Alrighty. Can you sing the Moto Moto song? I I won't sing it, but I do have some personal history with this song. My sister, um, for those of you who don't know, the Moto Moto songs from Madagascar, the Madagascar movie series. My sister was huge into that song and would play it all the freaking time to the point where we were like, "Can you please put on anything else besides this?" But it's hilarious. Uh, I think it's okay. Fine, Lux. I think it goes, "I like 'em big, I like 'em chunky, I like 'em round with something something." Go watch the scene. Go look it up. Moto Moto song on YouTube. I'm not gonna sing the whole song, but that's how it goes. All right, moving on. Um, oh yeah, Dylan. Hey man. He's asking, "Remember me? I was the person who made Wayne Manor, and I have a tour of it on my channel." He made a really sick Wayne Manor. I believe it was in Minecraft. Right? So if you guys want to go check that out, go visit his channel and give it a watch. It's cool stuff. I want to do a series something somewhat like that down the road, and I've actually been prototyping one. Right now, I only have Minecraft Pocket Edition. I know, it's kind of like a amateur way of going about it, but I've been figuring out a lot of secret passages, scale, all that stuff. It'd be really fun to make Wayne Manor. It'd be even more fun down the road to do the entirety of Gotham City at some point. So hopefully, gonna get that in the works as well. Are we going to see more of Silver St. Cloud in 1919? Mun is asking. For for a second, Mun, I thought that your picture was Damien, and I was really confused. Um, we might see more of her. Yes, we left her ending in the Court of Owls arc kind of ambiguous. Be cool to see her tie into the Shadow War. Um, yeah, we'll have to just wait and see if she ties in to the book at all, or if there's more ways that it makes sense to fit her in. Because she's a really cool character, and she always kind of gets the short end of the stick in the comics when she has appeared. So we'll have to wait and see. What if Spider-Man swapped roles with Batman? Like if Batman became the defender of, well, one of the defenders of New York and Spider Gotham. Based on Spider-Man's interactions with Deadpool in the comics, he would get very overwhelmed very quickly. He might eventually get used to it, but Peter does not do well with the gore and the violence and all that stuff. So Gotham 1950 to 1959. That would be a fun project to do. Um, Based on the two that we're already doing, I would probably wait for one of those to wrap up before starting another one because it is a lot of work. It requires a lot of research. Those time periods have some really cool stuff uh, to explore, and it would be kind of fun to sprinkle in a few nods here and there to the 1960s Batman show or something. Um, yeah, so mayhaps, never say never. What do you think about the comic where Batman is a knight? Forgot the name. I've got it right here. Dark Knights of Steel. Um, I picked it up. It came out last, I think, like early last month, and I didn't pick it up until recently because I wanted to check it out. Because yeah, somebody else was asking if we're doing Gotham medieval era, and that is the hope. So I was curious to see if this comic was going to be like anything to feed into that. And I had heard things that I wasn't super pumped about. I won't go into too much detail for those of you who haven't read it yet. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a lot of really cool stuff there. However, if we use that as a platform for doing a medieval Gotham, it would be a lot more fantasy based than actually history based. So if there was a way to make that work, maybe, but we'll have to wait and see as more of these issues come out. Because right now there's only one of 12 issues out, and if the overarching story is a good enough thing to use for a docuseries, great, we'll do it. um, but yeah, you'll probably see a lot more of the Justice League type of stuff if we do that because they're all in it. So yeah, moving on. Do you think Bruce Wayne is Batman? I don't know. You know, nobody's ever on the one side, nobody's ever seen the two of them in the same room. But then on the other side, I don't have enough coffee in my system to improvise right now. Okay. Explain to us. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, for those of you who've been following Giant Panda Adventures, uh, they're releasing a short film called Ugly Carter. It's kind of like a horror sci-fi kind of deal, and yeah, it's not DC related as far as I know. It's not related to anything really comics, but this is an original short film that they wanted to do, and they're entering it in a lot of film contests and stuff like that. So uh, yeah, it's an independent thing. They're starting to move a little more away from stage plays and more towards movies and stuff like that. Um, but yeah. Anyways, Batman What If? What if Batman existed in Game of Thrones? That would be cool to see. I was just hearing about the canceled Game of Thrones prequel show that they were going to make. Um, they spent like $30 million on the pilot, but then they canceled it. So must not have been good enough. But it was going to be like the Age of Heroes in Westeros going into the long night. It'd be really interesting to see that someday. But I would imagine if Batman existed in Game of Thrones, it might be during that time before the long night, or maybe not. Who knows? Dun, dun, dun. Who is your OTP for Batman? This is going to make me sound really old, although I am fast approaching my 30s. So, what does what does OTP mean? Oh, hey Lux, thanks a bunch. Really appreciate it, man. Anyone. What does OTP mean? One true partner. Gotcha. Yeah, that does make me feel really old. I am so sorry. Um, one time or one true partner, honestly, there's been a lot of really good love interests. I I'm a huge fan of Phantasm, and Andrea Beaumont. I really liked the dynamics they had, but then, she kind of went off the deep end a little bit. So I'm gonna have to go with Catwoman, just because, you know, we've seen so much fan service to that lately, done really well, in my opinion. Even though they didn't end up actually getting married, um, we saw a lot of what that could be, what that possibly still can be. I feel like I feel like they make the most sense. However, every single one of Batman's partners has been a different time in his life and a different Batman in a sense. Like people change, people grow, people. Um, yeah. Okay, we're gonna jump ahead a bit. Da, da, da. Do I prefer one series over another? Killian Cook is asking. Um, Gosh, I don't know. Gotham 1990 is always gonna have a special place in my heart, just because that's the one that you guys all that's probably, I think, for most of our words. For most of our subscribers, I would think that's probably how a lot of people learned about the channel, was through Gotham 1919, and that's really, where we put a lot of our time and attention, as well as the 1889 one. But the 1889 one wouldn't be possible without that one having come first. That being said, I really love the Gotham by Gaslight comic, and I think I appreciate, or not appreciate, I think I enjoy that time period more, like the late 1800s, than I do the 1920s. But I've been really enjoying learning more about the 1920s. If I could adapt any Batman comic into a full feature length live action, which one would it be and why? Adult tips. Ooh, gosh. Probably. So I'll do top three. I would probably start with Batman White Knight. I want to see a live action adaptation of that. That'd be really cool. Um, Next, I would probably do, like a really in depth Batman Year One movie. I know Batman Begins kind of took a lot of cues from that, but I'm talking like an actual adaptation called Batman Year One or something. Who knows? Maybe maybe we'll get some of that with Matt Reeves, the Batman, but we'll have to wait and see. That's coming up in like 3 months, something like that. Almost exactly 3 months, I think, in March. Um, yeah. So that's two. Three would probably be Gotham by Gaslight. They made an animated movie, but I would love to see live action adaptation done with justice, um, and not altering it to the point beyond recognition like they did with the animated movie. Wasn't a huge fan of how they handled that. Still a great movie. Still taking a lot of cues from it. What if Artemis Croc was Batgirl? She would probably have a lot of the same skills, but would carry a bow around as well as that. Any chance for a World's Finest episode? Edward Beatty. I started reading comics in 1964. My uncle had hundreds of comics. Ooh, that would be really fun to do. Like a, I'm hoping like once Gotham 1919 and 1889 come to an end, to do an unofficial last season for those. That's a lot of behind the scenes, kind of like, a Killing Joke story, do an Under the Red Hood, maybe do a World's Finest. Although it sounds like um, Giant Panda King is doing a Superman book and possibly a Wonder Woman book, I believe. Uh, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see, and that's very possible to see down the road. Have I seen any Death Battle episodes featuring Batman? I have not. I've been hearing so much about those, but maybe I should do a reaction video or something. I keep hearing about this, and I should check it out. Oh, thanks. Yeah, so confused on the Patreon thing. If you could just join YouTube membership. Um, so either one will get you the same benefits. It's more just like whatever your personal preference is. Um, we're on Patreon at patreon.com/batfeed, or you could just hit join, and we've got a bunch of different tiers, and you guys will get all the same stuff on a YouTube membership that you would on Patreon. The only difference is that YouTube memberships are here, and it's one less, like, you can just click it rather than having to type in the whole patreon.com and finding that. So yeah, thanks for asking, Lux. Didn't Bruce Wayne have an uncle? I thought he appeared in Batman the Animated Series. He does have an uncle. I can't remember his name. I did a history of the Wayne family video. I think it mentions his uncle in there. Um, I cannot remember his name. I can't remember if he appeared in Batman the Animated Series either. To my knowledge, I don't think he did, but let me know if anyone else does know where he shows up in there. Thanks so much, Joel. Really appreciate it. How come you don't follow Michael Keaton on Insta? Um, Long story short, I didn't know until recently that he was on Insta, and I did follow him, and then I unfollowed him because he posts like 15 times a day about really political stuff, and I'm not. I like to think I'm more in the middle ground, and I don't really do politics very much, and so it was stressing me out, so I unfollowed him. Short answer. Great actor, great guy. Um, some people come across a lot differently on social media than they do in person or in acting. Have I ever seen the original 30s Batman? I have. In the Killer Croc episode, in fact, I used a couple clips from one of those serials. Uh, I think the first one was 1943. So I'm not sure if you're talking about those or if you're talking about um, something even earlier than that that I'm not aware of. But yeah, 1943, 1949, those were the two serials. Lewis Wilson played Batman, I believe. Thoughts on Stephanie Brown? I really like her. Um, I really wish that they would give her more of a spotlight. They keep introducing new Bat family members, which is great and all, but um, it's kind of a bummer to me to see that when they haven't even really given too much service to the ones that are already existing, you know? Uh, so I'd love to see her get more of a spotlight. I like her, I think, more as Spoiler than as Batgirl, but she's just a really cool character overall. No Cash says, "Hey guys, enjoying the Gaslight series. The Riddler never creeped me out before now. Really glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, there's plenty more on him to come, especially in the 1889 series. I think you guys will find him even more creepy in that one, if I'm going to be honest." What is your favorite bat suit in Arkham Knight? Mine is the 240%. Mm, that's a tough one. I'm a sucker for the first appearance bat suit. So like the one that has the angled out ears and the purple gloves. But it kind of looks like, you've got Adam West skin tight, and then you've got Arkham Batman skin tight. Um, and Arkham Batman with skin tight clothing on is like, oh my gosh, this is kind of uncomfortable. Anyways, let's see. Which Batman villain would be finally in a live action movie? Would I like to see? Um, probably probably Penguin, like more as he's kind of shown in Gotham and the Telltale series. I don't know. Show him as more of a crime lord, which maybe we'll get that with the Batman, like I said before. Um, yeah, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Penguin would be a good one. Killer Croc, I would really love to see, other than as a side character in Suicide Squad. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's just there's so many. I almost can't narrow it down, but I'm hoping they do the Riddler justice in um, this upcoming movie. But they've also already done the Riddler. I kind of want to see them to do more new ones that people haven't seen, ones that people maybe haven't heard of outside of the comics. But it's up to D in the end, and that kind of pisses me off, if I'm going to be honest. Just wanted to drop a line. Say your channel is the shit. Keep it lit. Can't wait to see more. Love the content. Thanks, Bernie Rossi. Appreciate it. More to come. As long as you guys are watching it, um, there will be more coming out. All right. What if Batman had the Sage Force? Remind me, um, is that the one that I don't even know. I don't want to. I haven't been keeping up with Flash as much as I should have. Time to Google it. Okay, it is. Yeah, it makes you smarter. It makes you wiser. If Batman had the Sage Force, I think he might quite literally be unstoppable, probably. Because like think of it as he already has all of these plans and contingencies for things going wrong. Um, but if he had like all this other extra knowledge and foresight to do stuff, he would probably be unstoppable. There was a Black Bat character before Batman. That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. Go Google that if you guys want. Black Bat was like kind of a forerunner. Phantasm and Lady Arkham in Gotham 1919. Phantasm, yes. Lady Arkham, not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But I know for a fact Phantasm is in the book. Okay, what would be a crossover that you would love to see with Batman, whether it be comic, film, or animated? I would like to see a Crow Batman, maybe Spawn type of thing happen. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Spawn is like my second favorite comic character, besides Batman. I would love to see a Batman Spawn crossover someday. Todd McFarlane teaming up with DC would be really cool to see. He's got his whole DC multiverse line running with the toys. Um, yeah, Spawn and Batman. Does Condiment King exist in 1919 to 1939? Fear Be Gone. Yes. I'm really excited to do that episode, let me tell you. All right. Which upcoming DC movies and shows are you most excited for? Steel Trap. Um, Probably the Batman. That's an obvious one. I am excited for the Peacemaker show. I'm going to be checking that out. I need to catch up on Batwoman season 3. Other than that, I'm kind of just playing it by ear. I've been burned a lot of times by the stuff Warner Brothers has been putting out. I'm holding out hopes that Shazam 2 is going to be good, that the Black Adam movie is going to be good, but we'll just have to wait and see. So my top favorite ones, I'm probably the most looking forward to Peacemaker, the Batman, and the Batman animated show coming to HBO Max. That looks really, really cool. That is good coffee. I am a huge coffee fan, even addict possibly at times, and I usually go through it pretty fast, but I'll brew a pot a day and kind of work my way through it. All right. Okay. Have I heard of the Batman Automobilia magazine collection? If so, what is your favorite Bat vehicles from the line? I haven't. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm making a note of it right now. Um, I'm, anything that makes it seem like Batman actually existed historically. Obviously, I love because we've got 2 documentary series running right now. So I'm guessing it's just a catalog of the Batmobiles and whatnot. Sounds pretty neat. I'll have to check it out. Oh, Ender Dude, thanks for the super chat. I forgot to put yours up there, Lux. Sorry, right now. Uh, I think Bane needs a solo film. I'd have to agree with that. Bane has got the short end of the stick the most, I think, in the movies. He's always somebody's lackey, whether it's Poison Ivy or Talia. The future is now, old man shake. Thanks, man. I'm just accepting that I'm getting older. Page. This is a classic. Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. The Batmobile lost the wheel and Joker got away. I thought about I thought about putting this on a shirt and making merch out of it. Like maybe the front would be Joker's get up with like some Christmas spin, and then the back would have that quote on it. Just a thought. When the Spawn reboot got announced 5 years ago. Yeah, I'm still waiting on that one. I've been hearing about that. Yeah, the Batman Spawn comic crossover. I'll get my hands on that at some point. Check it out. Sorry if I'm missing anything, guys. I'm kind of scrolling through and uh, looking for questions. Probably missing some of them, but doing my best. All right. Okay. King Tut versus Maxi Zeus. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. What do I put in my coffee? Absolutely nothing, Cactus. I drink a straight black. King Tut, Maxi Zeus, who is superior? I guess it depends on what version of Maxi Zeus we're talking here. If it's just the guy wearing the toga, although I don't even know, because in the Harley Quinn show, he was just a guy in a toga and he was like batshit crazy. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and say King Tut just because I like King Tut more. All right. Dun, dun, dun. There you go, Lux. Thank you so much. I did that just for you. What if Batman existed in Lord of the Rings? I am also a big Lord of the Rings fan. Um, I'm writing a fantasy book. I don't know if you guys have heard of NaNoWriMo, but it's a National Novel Writing Month, and you can sign up for it. You can have like a goal of whatever, like however many words you want to type up. So I was working on a fantasy novel, um, but it was because I have a love for Lord of the Rings, and I'm hoping to possibly do a what if with Batman in that too, because that would be really cool. See him as like a ranger or something like that. Really badass interpretation. But it would also take again a lot of maybe rereading, watching the movies. Yeah. So keep an eye out. All right. Well, I'm just about out of time. I got to get back to work. And I mean, as you can tell, for those of you who didn't hear me talk about this earlier, I'm wearing my festive wear. Just got my Christmas tree. I got to go set that up and figure that out. Um, it's currently just leaned up against my wall. So if you guys have any more questions, I'll try to do more of these live streams, trying to get back into the swing of doing live streams. Um, and I'll talk to you guys soon. You had some really great questions. Thank you so much for joining me. Uh, I've missed this, if I'm going to be honest. I've been doing a lot of really, really hard work to get all the documentary stuff and kind of let the live stream fall by the wayside. But interacting with you guys is one of the best parts of this job for me. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to anybody who celebrates anything during this time of year. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you in the next video. Remember, the night is always darkest before the dawn, and I promise you, the dawn is coming. Rock on, everybody. Warm and drink coffee.